Welcome to this Vinyasa yoga practice, focused on the lower back and hips. Let your breath be your guide as we flow through a sequence of poses designed to awaken and open the lower back and hips. Let's begin. Find a comfortable seated position. Close your eyes and take a moment to connect with your breath. Inhale deeply, noticing the expansion in your chest and belly. Exhale and release any stresses or distraction that aren't serving you today. Take a few moments to set some intentions for the practice, focusing on cultivating balance and harmony in your mind and body. On the next inhale, let's come onto all fours facing the right side of our mat. Stacking your wrists underneath your elbows, elbows underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees hip width apart. And then go ahead and take your knees out wide as wide as your yoga mat. Bring your big toes to touch and send your arms out in front of you. Drop your hips down and back for child's pose. Bring your forehead to the mat. Noticing a gentle stretch in the hips and lower back. Breathe. On the next inhale, come back to all fours. Stacking your wrists underneath your shoulders and your knees hip width apart. Stacking your knees underneath your hips. On the next inhale, drop your belly, raise your head, and send your tailbone up high. Cow pose. As you exhale, tuck the chin, round your back, and drop the tailbone. Cat pose. Move this sequence, connected to your breath at your own pace. next inhale, come back to a neutral into the hands. Send the hips up and back. Downward dog. Noticing the stretch you feel in your hips and lower back. If you would like, go ahead and pedal your feet, awakening the hamstrings. On the next inhale, find some stillness. And then as you inhale, raise your right foot high in the air, three-legged dog. Bring your right foot in between your hands, framing your foot. Pivot the sole of your foot down to a 45-degree angle. Find some stability and strength in both your legs. As you raise up, cartwheeling your arms. Your left arm above your left leg, right arm above your right leg. Warrior two. Heart over pelvis, head over heart. Send your gaze out into the distance over your right hand. Drop your shoulders down from your ears and breathe. Keep your knee stacked over your right ankle and breathe. On the next inhale, flesh out your right leg and find some length in your spine. Send your right arm just an inch farther forward, and then hinge at the hips, dropping your right hand down to the mat, your ankle, shin, or block for support. Raise your left hand overhead, and take your gaze to your left hand, triangle pose. Find length in the spine, as not to collapse on your right thigh. Breathe. All right, come back up to warrior two, bending into that right knee. Bring your right elbow down to your right knee, and send your left arm up and overhead. Extended side angle. Creating a line of energy from your left foot up through your right pinky. Noticing the sensations you feel on the left side of your body as you deepen into the stretch. Breathe. On the next inhale, come back up to warrior two. Bring the left foot about halfway up the mat. Find some balance and power in your right leg as you slowly lift your left foot off the ground, up and behind you. Warrior three. Send your hands out long, tracing your ears. Let the breath give you power to balance and stabilize on the right leg. Notice any sensations in the lower back. Breathe. On the next exhale, go ahead and drop your left foot down to the ground. Drop your left knee down to the mat. Pick your left knee up just slightly and lift it back. Untuck the left toes. Inch your right foot forward if need be. And on the next inhale, sit back, straightening your right leg. Inhale, find length in the spine. Exhale, fold forward over your right thigh. Bring in your hands to the mat, or if you have blocks available, you can use those as a variation for support. And breathe. Keep a slight bend in the right knee. It's not to promote injury. Flex your right foot towards your head. Notice the sensations that arise in the back of the right leg. And breathe. Down back to the mat. Bring your right foot, right leg back to meet your left leg, coming onto all fours. We're going to go ahead and take those postures on the other side. I'm going to go ahead and spin around to the back side of the mat, just so you can see the poses. Tuck your toes, and on the next inhale, we're going to plant firmly into our palms, send our hips up and back for downward dog. On the next inhale, we're going to raise our left foot high and behind us, three-legged dog. Ground down into your right heel. Keep your hips squared. Shift forward, knee to nose. Step your left foot forward in between your hands. Drop your right sole down to the mat. Come into a 45-degree angle, keeping your right leg straight. Find strength and power in your legs. Cartwheel your hands, coming into Warrior Two. Pelvis, head over heart, and breathe. Sending your gaze out long past your left hand. Sink a little deeper into the left leg. And breathe. Breathe. Go ahead and flush out that left leg. Bring your left hand down to the mat, ankle with shin, bring your right hand overhead. If you have a block, you can go ahead and use that as a variation for support. And breathe. If your right foot's too far back, you can go ahead and step it in closer. Next inhale, I'm going to come back up to Warrior Two. On the next inhale, bring your left elbow down to your left knee. And then raise your hand, your right hand, up and overhead. Extended side angle. Inhale, come back up to Warrior Two. Drop your hands to the side, bring your right foot up about midway. Find power and stability in your left leg as we come into a balancing pose on the left side. Bring your right foot up behind you. Plant the sole of your foot on the back wall. And breathe. Extend your arms out long, tracing your ears. Noticing any sensations in the back of the left leg. This side may feel different than the right side. It may feel a little bit more wobbly. Breathe. next exhale, drop your right foot back down to the mat. Place your knee back on the mat. And then pick your knee up slightly and just inch it back just a little. Untuck your right toes. Inch your left foot forward. Straighten your left leg. Inhale, find length in the spine. Flex your toes back towards your head. And exhale and gently fold forward over your left leg. Again, bring your hands to the mat or to blocks if you have them available. Find length in your spine, keeping your neck strong. Breathe. Breathe into the back of the left leg, feeling the gentle stretch in your hamstrings. Release any tension that you may be gripping. On the next inhale, roll back onto the left sole of your foot and bring your left leg back to meet your right leg. Rotate your legs out from up under you, come into a seated pose. Extending your legs out long. Inhale, find length in the spine, raising your hands overhead. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, gently folding over your thighs to grab your feet. If you can't reach your feet, you can use a belt or band to shorten the distance. Remember to honor your body and take any variations to the poses that you need. And breathe. Keep a slight gentle bend in the knees. Notice any sensations in the lower back. Releasing any tensions in your hamstrings. Breathe. Let the inhale create space between your thighs and your abdomen. And exhale and fold forward just a little bit more. And breathe. Inhale, we're going to come back up to a neutral spine. For this next pose, we're going to bring our soles of our feet to touch, letting our knees fall out wide. You can grab your feet or your ankles, whichever variation you prefer today. And let your knees fall out to the side. Inhale, find length in the spine. Sit up tall. And exhale. For a deeper stretch here, you can use your elbows to push your knees gently down towards the mat and breathe. Relax the skin of the face and release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And relax into the posture. Breathe. Inhale, we're going to come down to lay on our backs for this next pose. Planting our feet onto the mat, hip width apart. Allow your hands to fall to your side with your palms facing down. On the next inhale, Engage your core and plant firmly into your feet and lift your hips to the sky. Bridge pose. And breathe. Notice any sensations that arise in the lower back. No judgment. Just bringing awareness to the sensations. And breathe. Roll your shoulders down and back and relax your neck. Let's take 3 deep breaths together. You got this. See if you can raise your hips just a little higher. And breathe. Keeping your core engaged. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. And as you exhale, release everything back down to the mat. Next, we're going to come into happy baby as we raise our feet up so our soles look at the ceiling. You can grab the outer edges of your feet or your big toes. Bringing your knees down into your armpits and breathe. From here, find a gentle rock side to side, massaging the lower back. Next exhale, release everything back down to the ground. As we finish this practice, extend your legs out long, allow your hands to fall to the sides, palms facing the ceiling, coming into a relaxed laying position. Allow your body to fully relax, connecting to the sound of your breath. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, release any tensions that your muscles are still holding on to. Let go of any thoughts or worries and surrender into this moment of stillness. Breathe. Feel the connection between your physical body and breath, allowing the energy to flow freely through your body. I'll call you back when it's time. Bring some awareness back to your body by gently wiggling your toes and fingers. If you're ready, I invite you to roll to one side, coming into a fetal position. embracing yourself. While here, feel the support of the earth beneath you. And breathe. You can remain in that posture, or I invite you to use both hands to bring yourself back up to a comfortable seat as we close out the practice. You can keep your gaze low, remain with your eyes closed. Bring your hands to your heart space. Bring your shoulders down away from your ears. Release the tension in your face. Bring your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Inhale, sit up just a little bit taller. Show yourself some gratitude for dedicating time today for yourself and your practice. Take one final inhale, and as you exhale, allow this practice to settle in. As you move back into your day, carry this sense of peace with you, allowing it to influence your decisions and interactions. Namaste.